So you were 17 when he proposed?
Yeah.
She was in high school.
I was like in...
You got engaged in high school. What did people think? What did people tell you?
Oh, I was a... I mean, okay. From my perspective, which I don't know if anybody I went to school with ever sees my stuff anymore, but I literally left public school because it was too rough for me once I started doing social media.
No.
And so, because I started right around COVID. And so we were already online school. And then I started doing social media during COVID. And then when school started back up, we had the option to stay online. So I was like, I'm going to stay online. And I was still like at the same school though. And then the next year my school didn't offer online. I had to go in person and I was like, no. So I just never went back. But I saw like, I don't know, I knew people made fun of me. Like I would see my stuff posted in people's private stories and like stuff like that. And then when we got engaged, people were kind of mocking me in my own comments because I saw someone that was like, congrats. And I was like, I don't think you really mean that.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. But it's fine. I'm good now.
That has to be really hard. Like,
yeah, it was a weird time, honestly. Like,
how did you know? Because you're so young, you guys are in love, you're dating, you're probably talking about getting engaged. Like,
yeah.
How did you know at 17 this is what I want?
Oh well, it wasn't 17. It was more like 16. We asked my dad when I was 16 if we could get married, and he was like,
his only words were, "I'll think about it." That was it. We walked in the garage. I was like, Scott. Oh man. And then I asked him, and were you there too?
I don't remember if I went down that night.
Yeah. And he was like not even looking at me. He was like messing with like his thing in the garage, and I'm just like staring at his back, and I'm like, yeah. So like, what do you think about us getting married? And he literally doesn't even look at me. Doesn't turn around. He just goes, I'll think about it.
Were you nervous or?
Well, he was like 17 at the time too, so you were probably a little nervous.
Yeah, maybe a little, but Scott's pretty cool. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, we started dating when I was 15, I believe. Yeah, I was 15, but we had known each other. We met when we were like 10. So we had like always liked each other, and we would always kind of flirt with each other when we'd see each other, and like we just didn't start dating until we were 15 and 16. But.
And at this point, you were making music on YouTube, right? Like, did you look at him and you're like, oh my gosh, this, like, I'm dating a pop star. Like, this is insane.
It was weird because I had known him before he really started doing social media. And so we always talked, and like then he starts doing social media, and I was like, oh, it's cool, but like I didn't think much about it. I mean, I was like, it's cool. And then we started dating, and it was when I started doing social media with him is when it kind of hit me. I was like, oh, this is a lot.
A lot?
Yeah.
Like how?
It was well, he was kind of, when he was 16, not so much anymore because he's married, but when he was 16, he was like, a lot of the girls had a crush on him, and he was just kind of like...
Not anymore? Wow. You say it. I don't... Okay, all right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, that's fine, yeah.
No, but he's just because you're married now. But yeah, so a lot of the girls didn't like that he had a girlfriend, and it was crazy. It was weird because... I wasn't used to people like online hating on me like that because I didn't do social media. So it was like out of nowhere, I was just like flooded with comments and hate and DMs and like death threats and like just like crazy things. And then you go to their account and it's literally like an 11-year-old girl. And I'm like, where is your mother? Like, it was crazy. So that was the hardest for me, was that there were so many people online that were being so mean about it. But other than that, and the people at school that I knew were kind of laughing at me. But
how did you deal with that? How did you cope?
I did the best I could to ignore it. I mean, a lot of times I didn't want to do it. I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. Like, I hate it. And he was like, you're not going to let the people you go to school with talk you out of this because you're like, you can do so good with this. And I was like, okay. So it was like that. And I had a few like good friends that kind of helped me to like get through it. They were like, okay, what you're doing is really cool and everyone knows it. They're just all making fun of you because it's easy to make fun of you and not support you. But
what did your parents say?
About which part? Social media?
Yeah.
They were kind of confused. It all happened so fast. I started doing social media, I got all the followers, we get engaged, we got married. It all happened so fast to them. So I think they were very overwhelmed with it all. They were overwhelmed because I'd started right when I turned 16 and I started making money then. So I've never actually had like a real job. So that was one thing that they really wanted me to like experience. But by that point I was making money. So it was like, maybe not. And then when we wanted to get married, they were not concerned. They were just like, you can wait a little bit, And I was like, no. And so they finally came to like terms with it. And then they were like happy with it and they supported it.